Hey guys, welcome back to my second channel. I'm normally Blaire White, today I'm Blaire Black. Make sure you subscribe to both. So, if you're unfamiliar with my second channel, it's very much where I make my miscellaneous videos, just my rants about life and happenings and stuff that just wouldn't fit on my main channel. And by the way, if my voice sounds weird, I'm just getting over being sick. I'm at the point where I feel better, but my voice still sounds like crap. And I'm the kind of person that when I'm sick, it's very much dramatic. Like, you may as well think I have a terminal illness if you observe me when I have even a minor cold, because I will be in bed, unable to move, asking for assistance in every single way. I have to be taken care of. It's a dramatic scene. And then it's a 180 when I feel better. I end up in the best mood. Like today I'm having the best day ever. I want to party, I want to go out, I want to have fun, I don't even know what. I'm saying that to say that even though the title of this video is probably very dramatic and negative or whatever, it's actually coming from a very positive place. It's a positive thing for me, and I'm in a very good mood and just overall place in my life. So since being in Austin, now that I've moved from LA to Austin, I have noticed obviously a huge difference in almost everything. Very different city, you could list the ways, but the biggest way is the people. I've just noticed such a drastic difference in the type of people that I'm around, the quality of people I'm around in the South. And for the first time in about 5 years, I'm finding myself around people who have literally no attachment, knowledge, or experience in the entertainment industry or in the influencer world, the YouTuber world, whatever umbrella you want to put it under. At this point, it's all under the same thing, you know? And I've noticed that I love it so much. It inspired me to make a video ranting about why I am not friends with YouTubers anymore. And that sounds dramatic, I know, but this is actually something about a year and a half ago, I made a rule for myself that I'm not making any more YouTuber friends, no new influencer YouTuber friends. I don't want it. So I made that rule even back when I was in LA. And obviously it's a lot easier to follow here because no one here is in that world at all. And I want to be very clear because I don't need anyone taking this the wrong way. Obviously, there are some exceptions to this, right? There are a few people I met along my journey of being a YouTuber that I will be friends with for life. Jacqueline Glenn, to be specific, is one of them. So definitely make sure you check out The Enigma and Lalo in general. They have a lot of other types of products. Link is in the description below. Please support the brands that support me, and on to the video. And there are others, and just because I'm not saying their name doesn't mean that I'm not friends with them anymore, but I mean, there are some YouTubers that I'm not friends with anymore, clearly. And to be blunt, I've had a really hard time over the past few years just kind of making genuine connections with people that don't have some preconceived notion of me because they've seen me on the internet. Because even though I'm very personable on the internet and my audience knows so much about me, I've made videos about surgeries, family drama, my beliefs on everything, like there's still nothing like getting to know a person for who they really are. And in even one sitting with me in real life, you're gonna know more about me than if you watched every single YouTube video, because that's just the nature of, you know, online versus real life. So many of the relationships were so fake when I was in LA, and so many of them were transactional. And over time, that really wears on your soul and your spirit. I haven't made a ton of friends in the South here yet, but the friends that I have are already so much more quality than so many, you know, connections I made in LA right off the bat. Like people who don't know, like Blaire White on the internet, Blaire White the persona, Blaire White this, that. Like it's very much like, hi, like I'm getting to know you for who you are, and we're starting from scratch. And obviously people Google me after they meet me. I know everyone does it. That's just the nature of, if I tell you I make a living on the internet, when you go home, you're gonna Google exactly what the fuck I do. But it's still so much more genuine than like, oh, we run in the same like online circles or make similar content, so now we're gonna be besties. It's like, none of that was ever real. And again, you can extend this to any industry you're in. If you're friends with someone only because they work in the same industry as you, and that's the basis of a friendship, it's probably not the most genuine friendship. Because I kept meeting these YouTubers who, like, frankly were like low-key little sociopaths. And I'll explain. If you ever have like a falling out with someone who is a YouTuber, if they make videos about other people, then you have to like sleep with one eye open. Like, are they gonna make some like crazy hit video about me or release like personal things that I've told them? Because that has happened to me as well. There's only one name I will name in this video, and it's not because I'm like coming at this with hatred or talking shit. I'm coming at it because it genuinely hurt my feelings. Like, so I was never best friends with Trisha Paytas. We did 2 things together. I did her podcast, she did a video on my channel. Even though we weren't like best friends, we were very friendly. And I remember when there was a bunch of drama last summer with me and Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, like I felt comfortable and friendly enough with Trisha that like I was sending a voice memo to her and I was like crying in it, and like I won't get specific about it obviously, but basically like I really really liked Trisha and I thought she really really liked me. I mean shit, she was asking me to be on her OnlyFans. Like I forget how long ago it was, but I remember being at a bar and I was having like a great night, and then all of a sudden I get this text from someone saying Trisha's bashing you on TikTok. And I'm like, this is why I'm not friends with influencers, because it's like they're friends with you and they're friendly until they can benefit from you. Like she brought me on her podcast because she was in all this turmoil for her transgender controversy, coming out as trans. And then she basically got what she wanted out of me. She wanted a trans person on her podcast to make it seem like she wasn't in the wrong for her whole trans controversy. Then as soon as I wasn't of use to her, she's bashing me on her TikTok. And it was just very hurtful. Like I remember, like I wasn't mad. I didn't respond. I didn't send her an angry text. Like I don't do that. It was just really sad and it really hurt my feelings. So that's one example. And then I remember this other guy, like, oh my God, this guy is so cringe. This guy is a YouTuber who I think asked me to collab with him 6 or 7 times, to the point where he was texting me, asking me to collab, DMing me on Instagram, in my comment section saying we should do like speaking events together, going as far as to hitting up Joey, asking Joey to ask me to collab, like all like very much. And I always had a bad feeling about him, but I was always cordial because I'm never mean to anyone. Contrary to popular belief, in real life, I'm never, ever, ever mean to anyone. And I would always say to other people, like, you know, I really don't trust him. He gives me bad vibes. He gives me very much like opportunist vibes, like doesn't really give a shit about me, just wants to collab with me and get views. Once he realized basically that I wasn't gonna collab with him, all of a sudden I wake up to him doing a hit video on me. And I think he's done like probably many since then. I don't know. I don't keep up with him. But like, it's that type of mentality that is so frustrating with these people. It's like you feel like you're like blackmailed into, like once you meet them, you're blackmailed into maintaining or doing what they want, collabing with them, giving them what they want, and if they don't, they're just going to attack you anyways. Because if they're not going to get views off of being friends with you, they're going to get views off of beefing with you, even though I've never said anything back to him, never responded to him. But that is what I mean when I'm talking about like these little sociopaths. And that one I really didn't care about because I've never liked him anyways. The Trisha thing definitely hurt my feelings, especially because the thing that she was bashing me for on her TikTok was me talking about how I felt like my gender dysphoria was a mental illness, and you can disagree, you can agree, or whatever. At the end of the day, the clip she used of me talking about that was recorded at a time where gender dysphoria was in the DSM-5 as a mental illness. So for her to like dig up an old clip from years ago of me talking about my own experience being trans and attacking me for it, sending her little army towards me to, you know, harass me on my pages, my social media for days, when you were in trouble for talking about trans in the way that you did, and you called me to help you, basically. And now you're attacking me for how I talk about myself being trans. Girl, bye. That's why like it's so crazy seeing all this drama with her lately. It's like I would love to defend her, because that's another thing. Any of my friends who are YouTubers who I love and I have their back, I'm the most loyal person. If Jacqueline's ever under fire, guess who's there defending her? Me. When JC is getting hate comments, guess who's there defending him? Me. Even to the point where sometimes they tell me to calm down, but I'm very protective over people that I love, which is why even when I collab with Trisha, I got so much hate for it, and I went to war against people who were hating on me for it. I was like, no, I like her. She's cool. She's funny. She's a vibe. Fuck you. So, I don't know. The long and the short of it, though, is I was recently in Nashville, and this sounds so, like, weird to say, but I had my first experience making friends and hanging out with people who had no idea who I was. And I'm not saying that to say, like, oh, I'm so well known. Clearly, I'm not. But when you're in LA, everyone knows everyone. And when you're a YouTuber, everyone, it's just a different thing. Over there, though, like, I met all these people who didn't have any idea who I was, and it sounds so like bizarre and sick, but it was my first experience in years bonding with people who didn't know anything about me, and I was just a stranger to them until we met. Whereas I've been so used to in LA, like all my friends I've made, even like JC, who is my best friend and my brother, was like a subscriber when I met him. Like Joey was a subscriber. Jacqueline was a YouTuber who was in the same world. Like, you know what I mean? Like every friendship I've had for the past few years has been because of my YouTube. Whereas these ones they're just fresh, and it just felt so good to be seen as like a person rather than like a product. In LA, you feel like a product. I feel like I'm starting to learn how to let my guard down a little bit. I've been so protective over me and the few friends that I have, and my family and stuff for the past 2 years, that like being here has taught me that not everyone who you come into contact with has nefarious or transactional intentions with you, that it could just literally be like, you seem like a cool person, let's be friends. And it sounds so sick, and if you're not from LA or you've never been in that world, it might sound so foreign to you, but that's not a thing that really exists in LA. I mean, obviously I have friends in LA that I really, really love, and they're not included in that. So by no means am I saying everyone in LA is evil. Like, I miss a lot of my friends in LA, but I just feel like my mental health since moving here has improved so much, and I'm just good. So that's my little rant of why I'm not friends with YouTubers anymore. But who knows, maybe it'll change. I don't want to close my heart off too much, you know. Maybe I could meet one that's very different from all the ones that I've met, except for a few. I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe to this channel as well as my main channel. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.